I'm sure we're not all very happy, but I'm going to tell you right now, the vibes are not lost, and I'm going to up your vibe right now during this video. GameStop's trading at $39.57, down 15% on the day, yet it was up 40% after hours yesterday, touching $67.50. Now, if GameStop opened at this price, Roaring Kitty would have been a billionaire. He would have had over $1 billion on GameStop stock with an over $850 million gain on his position. Did they know that? And is that exactly why they dropped it? Is it going to continue to drop? GameStop released their earnings early while it was up 40%. Now, why did they do this? We're going to talk about that in 1 second. GameStop shares dropped 20% after the retailer posts 29% sales decline, reveals stock sale plan. The video game retailer posted net sales of $881.8 million for the period. That's down 29% from $1.237 billion a year prior. So the sales decline was steeper than the two Wall Street analysts who cover the stock expected. Sales were not that good for GameStop. You move on. GameStop lost $32.3 million during the quarter, a narrower loss than the $50.5 million suffered in the earlier period. So a positive thing, right? GameStop lost less money, but their sales were a little bit worse, sort of like we saw in the last earnings, sort of like we have been anticipating. Now here's where it gets interesting. The company also gave an update on its ongoing stock sales, saying it would sell an additional 75 million shares on top of the 45 million share sale it had announced in May that raised more than $900 million. This morning, GameStop issued an offering up to 75 million shares at $40, which would be another $3 billion, bringing their cash to $5 billion. Now, GameStop doesn't have any debt like AMC. Yet they diluted the price, and they diluted the price at $40 a share, and now it is trading just under that, currently down 19% on the day. It's hard to tell why they did this, but if you look deep into the filing, the value of the company's securities holdings, concentration of the company's investment portfolio into one or few holdings, the recognition of losses in particular security, even if the company has not sold the security. Take this with what you will, but what is Ryan Cohen going to concentrate the GameStop investments on? One or few holdings, and what are they? Now, this could be a strategic buyout. This could be a merger. This could be a trap for short sellers if Ryan Cohen is really doing his thing. Now, the GameStop float was 345 million shares. After the share offering goes through, it will be at 420 million shares. So still a relatively small float, but of course the float is widening. Now, Roaring Kitty is going live today, and that's exactly what everybody is waiting for. What everybody is waiting for is to see if Roaring Kitty will exercise his call contracts live on stream, making the market makers go out and find 12 million shares in which they wouldn't be able to find. This is probably one of the main reasons that E-Trade tried banning him before he could actually do something with this, right? They're all tied together, all the power. They didn't want him exercising the contracts because it could potentially break the system. Now, we'll bring this up a little bit later on in the video. AMC, as well as GameStop, you can see, have been halted several times already this morning as soon as they started going up. They're getting halted back to back to back as soon as they start scaling up. All this down moves, no halts. Of course, it was after hours pre-market. And then, of course, we open, sell off, and then we spike, they halt it. We spike, they halt it. We spike, they halt it, and start pushing it down. So the question lies, are they going to let it rally up, or are they going to just keep halting it down? Moving on, Robinhood CEO says exchange is ready for Roaring Kitty's live stream ramp up. In quotes, they're prepared for GameStop frenzy. Now, Robinhood wasn't prepared back in the past during 2021, clearly by taking the buy button away, but what does he have up his sleeve this time? This is interesting to put out, right? They're kind of stating that Roaring Kitty is going to pump the stock, yet he has nothing to do with that, right? Even down here, right, they're mentioning Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill's live stream that the company's anticipating, the company's ready for, right? The guy hasn't said one thing about it. All he did was post his position. They're trying to get this guy for whatever they can possibly get him, and we're going to talk a little bit later on about that. Now, short seller Andrew Left, which we have been talking about, has been betting against GameStop. Again, undaunted by his 100% loss last time, and now he's probably not doing well once again. I assume it's going to be another 100% loss for this guy and anyone else shorting GameStop and AMC. Now, GameStop and AMC have been seeing a bunch of dark pool prints this morning as well. And I want to talk about the FTD closeout date for June 7th. You're seeing a large amount of FTDs that had to be closed out today, which you could have seen some of that price action, right? Yesterday in pre-market or in after hours, right? Of them covering some of those FTDs, and now they're rinsing it and trying to use as much against it as possible. This is just a theory, right? Now keep in mind, even with this little sell-off, GameStop calls, you're still seeing calls smash the puts. You're still seeing gamma ramping on GameStop. You're still seeing gamma ramping on AMC as well, calls smashing the puts. Now GameStop short exempt volume is 1.8 million yesterday, which is up from 1.5, which is up from 800,000. All extremely high for a company with this low of a float. That's the float sold time and time again in short volume alone in a single day. AMC as well, 2.5 million short exempt volume. They are just trying their hardest to smash these things down into the floor. Now, what is happening? You cannot make this up. This is exactly what we had drawn out, and the cycle played out a little bit sooner. We said GameStop's going to come up to 65 and it's going to get flushed down because this is how the cycle is going to play out on earnings. And it happened a little bit sooner. Why did it happen a little bit sooner? Because earnings were released early. My guess is that this was anticipated. People knew earnings were going to be released early. This is what the cycle does. Or maybe Ryan Cohen read the algorithms and he knew what was coming, so he did this, right? It just doesn't make sense. Every time there is some sort of catalyst, Adam Aaron or Ryan Cohen love to, put out something that matches the algorithm, and it doesn't make any sense. In my opinion, it's likely that the whole shit is rigged against us, or maybe they just read the room. Maybe they read the algorithms and they don't want to say much. But with that being said, after this happened in the cycle, we scaled back up and retested 57, which is something that you might see with GameStop before flushing down even lower. Now, none of this even matters if Roaring Kitty exercises his call contracts, which he should do, in my opinion. I don't see a reason or a world where he doesn't unless he's threatened, right? This will break the system. That's likely to bring GameStop past $100. It's likely to bring it past $125. It's likely to bring it past $250, $500, even potentially, right? I'm just saying. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But I don't see a reason he wouldn't do that. And if that is the case, you can just grab the cycle and delete it, throw it out the window, because this is going to go parabolic, right? That's all you really need to know. AMC, this is something you could see. It wouldn't see its major move until late August, right, to the upside. But again, throw this out the window because the cycles are playing out in a faster time frame, which you're seeing right now, probably because of Roaring Kitty coming out. And we just have to wait to see what he's going to do. That leads us into his live stream. Keep in mind, there's a very interesting disclaimer in the text description of his live stream. The Roaring Kitty channel and live streams are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I don't provide personal investment advice or stock recommendations during the stream, yada, 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 right? This has to be said. This guy is smart. He has lawyers. He had to put this in the description word for word very, very well, right? And there are going to be regulators eyeing this stream, waiting for him to slip up. There are regulators with their eyes on it right now, already waiting. There's already 60,000 people in his stream, and he's not streaming for another hour and a half, okay? Regulators are going to be eyeing this, waiting for him to mess up. Now, let's say this is all rigged. He says something a little bit messed up. They come in, they cuff him, they take him away, the stock price tanks. I wouldn't put it past this shit. This is the craziest thing that we have seen in the market and that we're going to see in the market, okay? This is the time to either make a fuck ton of money or be let down, and I'm rooting for a fuck ton of money, okay? This is where I'm at right now, and I'm sure the call holders who held GameStop calls overnight are a little bit pissed about this price action. I know I am. I'm still holding calls. I haven't sold one. I'm not really worried about it, but at the same time, I was hoping it was going to open up 40% like it should have, right? But you know how manipulation works in these criminal bastard market. I hope Roaring Kitty has a little bit of say to fix that. Overall, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Go press the second link under the video to get a free broker, Moomoo, up to 15 free stocks and 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. by using my link, opening an account, and depositing in there. It takes 2 minutes. If you did that already but didn't deposit, make sure to go do that. It helps you out. It helps me out. It's free money. You're also getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more. And if you guys want to, get in the Discord, come talk with me, come talk with the most amazing people, stocks and crypto all day long. We post our gains, post our losses. I have options trading alerts in there, and I post my trades as soon as I take them. It's literally a $3 Discord, coffee a month. Best value for the price. Okay, come get in here. And the very top link, of course, my custom indicator, pattern detection and forecasting. You guys will like this. I'll give you pattern and then forecast what the stock is going to do. Extremely helpful. If you guys are on the fence of getting it, go get the free trial first and see how you like it. That is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching more, found value out of the video. Let's make some money together. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.